Dogfish Head, 120-minute IPA, except no substitutes. Hey, it's Brainmuffin back with another beer review, and up today we have the 120-minute IPA from Dogfish Head. This is the 2017 variety. This has been sitting out for a while so that all the flavors and everything can come up. I've got 3 of these squirreled away, and I love it when I forget I have them. I found one the other day from like 7 or 8 years ago, and this stuff does seller. So if you can find this where you live, pay the $10 or so a bottle, or like Jungle Jim's had this a 4-pack for $35. Have one now and enjoy the rest years later. It has gone down. I do believe this was an 18%. Now this one is 16.5. So I don't know if it's bigger vat sizes, if they've had to change it to get it into some state. I don't know. But anyway, it's still going to be fabulous, I'm pretty sure. This beer will get darker with age. So it should start off, oh gosh, the hops are a nice golden color, but it will get a bit more caramel. Actually, this is a bit more caramel than I remember. I haven't had this fresh in quite a while as far as what I've bought. Oh, but it is a hot bomb. So 120-minute IPA, what does that mean? They boil it for 2 hours, continuously adding hops the entire time. Whole leaf hops, the hops go everywhere. They get into everything. It's tough to drain. And because of the high alcohol content, they have to use a huge yeast cake starter to get this thing going. But it is just nice pine and citrus. If you're not a hop head, you will not like this beer for several years. Now this is not a barley wine. I want to make sure people understand the differences. Barley wines tend to be maltier with a lot of hops added to kind of give it some bitterness and give it some preservative, and then the hops tone down, and then it's a lot sweeter beer. But this will still be hoppy for years. Oh my goodness. I mean, fresh, this is, holy cow. Wow. 16.5%. You will notice the alcohol. That is a high alcohol beer, and it is, wow, I don't know if I've ever had an alcohol burn from this beer like this. I may be having it sitting out for too long. I mean, it is still warming as I talk. It's just slowly going down my throat, down to my chest. That is stark. Wow. That is, whew. It's like drinking, you know, liquor or something. Age as well is definitely true. This is a 12-ounce bottle. It's a full-size bottle. Unfortunately, it's not a bottle I can reuse easily because of that shoulder. My capper doesn't like that kind of shoulder. Man, it is, wow. That is something else. This is a beer that's also going to open if you pour it cold. It'll probably be very bitter. The hops are very noticeable, but the alcohol content in this year's model at least is very high. This is 2017. I'm going to check the in. If you want to find me, Brainmuffin on Untapped. I know several people have found me. I've gotten several requests for friends. I tried to put a link on the Untapped website, but it didn't work right. What it did is it was a search for Brainmuffin. If you find Brainmuffin's Beer Kitchen on Untapped, that's all a lot of my home brews when I started putting it in years ago. I'm giving this a 4.25. I've had better, but I don't know if I've had it ever this fresh. I mean, I just got this a few weeks ago. Last year I had a 2016, but it was in October, so it had some time to whittle off. I might go buy some more of this if they have any. I don't even know if they have any anymore. I haven't been to Jungle Jim since I bought this stuff. I did buy my ticket to their beer fest. It's coming up in June. This is one from the 2011, I think. Yep, this is back when I actually used to do some work for them, take pictures and stuff. But that is, it's like a lot of hops, a lot of hop bitterness, and then this really stark alcohol bite that comes back in the mouth very late, and it lingers for a long, long time. So this is definitely one to share with friends. Unless you decide, hey, I'm done doing anything for the evening and I'll have one of these. At 16.5%, this is nothing to shake a stick at. It's going to be really good, and I got to unlock the badge. American Craft Beer Week apparently is this week. but you've got hints of malt, just a hint. So it's an IPA, so it's an Indian Pale Ale, so it should be hoppier with just a hint of malt. And over time, that malt will come up, but it only comes up so far, and the rest are just filled with flavor hops. And what the continuous hop does, and I've done it with some of my home brews with pellets even, is you get, and they do it somewhat random. They have a thing that shakes, and so sometimes it dumps a lot in, sometimes it dumps a little. And the thing is when you boil the hops, the flavors and things, your aromas are gone as soon as you boil them. Basically, you turn heat off, you throw them in, or secondary, you got the aromas. Unless it's a high alcohol content beer, you're not going to really pull the flavors out in secondary. You're going to do that in the boil. But if you boil past 20 minutes, it turns into bittering. It depends on what kind of hops you're using for this. The bitterness units, the alpha units, it's going to impart part of it. It's a calculation based on the amount of malt and how long you boil and where the alpha starts. If you start with a low alpha hop and you still boil it for 2 hours, you're going to have more bittering than if you take that same hop, obviously, and just do it for 40 minutes. But because of the random nature, there's basically each of these beers has their own unique profile, because it's not like, okay, every 5 minutes we're dumping hops in. It's more random. Now, I did mine in a more fat, everything was like every 2 minutes I was putting like 3 pellets in the boil or something like that. But that imparted a very different hop profile than when I did the exact same beer and put stuff in for 40 minutes, put stuff in for 20 minutes, put stuff in for 5 minutes and heat off and all that other stuff. So utilization of the hops is going to be a little bit different. It's kind of a graduated scale, because obviously they're going to boil. The longer they boil, the more you're going to utilize them to a point. And like I said, after about 20 minutes or so, depending on the hop, the flavor is pretty much gone and it's just bittering. But having said all that, and they boil for 2 hours, which gives this nice caramel coloring when they boil the pale malt runnings, the hop profile on these varies every single year. This is a yearly beer, and it is not for the timid. It's, like I said, definitely something you want to share with friends. So, have you tried the 120-minute IPA? I'm not going to do a food pairing with this because it's just too strong. Maybe after a couple of years, after stuff settled down, maybe I can. But it's really a sitting around sipping beer. It is something that's going to take a while to enjoy, and it is, having food with this would just, I don't even know. I really don't know. It's so high in alcohol. I can't even imagine what you'd have with it. But hey, if you got ideas, maybe you have it with barbecue or something, let me know. And but definitely, if you're an IPA fan, you definitely got to check this out sometime. So, thanks for clicking like. Thanks for subscribing. The alcohol's getting to me. The burn is just unbelievable. It's clearing my throat that finally of all the allergies. Everybody mowing their yard today. Do you like this beer? Do you not like this beer? Do you like it when it's fresh? Do you like it 4 years down the road? Let's please leave a comment and let me know. All right. Thanks. Bye. I don't know. Go lay down, sniffers. Go lay down, sniffers. Are we rolling?